Are you working in a restaurant or a bar, but struggling to make tips at the end of your shift? Well, if so, keep watching because I have some info for you that will elevate your service and guarantee you tips at the end of every shift. Hi there friends, my name is Djena and welcome back to another episode of Level Up with Djena. If you are new here, I created this channel to give some tips on customer service because I have worked in different jobs that are very customer service focused and I have accrued so much information. Turns out I'm really good at it. So I thought that I would come on here and share with whoever is interested, whoever is working in that line of work. So I hope that the information that I will give to you guys today will be useful in that area of your life. This video is especially focused on service at a restaurant or at a bar, but I feel like you can apply it to anywhere that you work that involves customer service. Without further ado, let's get into these bombastic tips. So tip number one is appearance. Now, if you do not know, one of the ways that we communicate, this is human nature, is through appearance. People will have some sort of opinion of you based on that first interaction they have with you, that first contact they have with you. Now, I feel that working in customer service, you want to look good because you want to attract your customers. Remember that human beings are visual creatures and we enjoy seeing beautiful things, nice things. It's the same with customers when they go into a restaurant, into a store, into anywhere. They want to be treated by beautiful people. I say this to my friends all the time. I remember when I was younger and I used to work in London, in the heart of London, in Oxford Street. And I noticed that whenever I was in a rush, people were more likely to let me get through or, I don't know, to just respond in a more positive note to me when I was all dolled up as opposed to when I was my regular self. I don't know if that means that I'm really crusty when I'm all natural, but one thing is for certain, people really do appreciate me more when I'm looking my best. That's just how human beings are. One of the most important elements of customer service is you being presentable, you looking up to par, and also it reflects on the business. When I worked in retail, the nights that I put more effort into my appearance, I got way more tips than when I didn't. I mean, my personality still came through and did what it had to do for me, but I just noticed that whenever I had my makeup on and, you know, my uniform was nice and crisp, I got a little bit more tips. And I honestly think that there's a correlation there, okay? Another point that should be considered when working in retail when you're trying to make that extra tip is the first impressions. When you first approach a customer or when a customer approaches you, remember to be friendly. Be mindful of your body language and your posture. Be approachable and welcoming. Eye contact and smiles. And you know what? People will instinctively smile back. When you smile at someone, it's very hard for them not to smile back at you, unless they really have a reason not to. But otherwise, most of the times, if you do not believe me, go out one day and just smile at random people and see what happens. They will instinctively smile back to you. So when someone walks into your establishment and you greet them with a nice, genuine, friendly smile, that right there, topped up with, you know, a nice appearance, babe, you can't lose. It only keeps getting better. Well, I hope that it only keeps getting better for you, okay? Don't mess this up. I'm giving you jewels here, all right? Now, how you apply them is up to you, but come on. With everything I'm giving you, there's no way for you to mess this up. During these times of pandemic and whatnot, we're wearing face masks. It's so hard with a face mask to show your customer that you are friendly and that you're in a good mood because obviously it's covering half of your face. So you can smile with your eyes. Hi. Hi. Do you see that? Like your eyes smile. You can Tyra Banks said in America's Next Top Model, you have to schmize. The third point is having people skills. Look, I'm gonna be really honest with you here. I think if you are not a people person, I don't think working in customer service is the best line of work for you. I mean, my word is not Bible. You're free to do as you please. But at the end of the day, you want people to like you and you want people to be happy so that they can spend money, and that money essentially becomes your tip or your wage or whatever that is. You don't have to be the most friendliest person on planet Earth, but you need to have some sort of people skills to work in this industry. Otherwise, I'm sorry, your actions will be misconstrued when really you're just shy or you just have no skills. So if you want to improve your skills, make sure you subscribe to my channel and you keep an eye on my videos, because I will be releasing lots of content that will help you get comfortable, well, firstly with me. You mirror me, and then with people outside of your circle, okay? Stick with me, kid. So as for people skills, once again, eye contact is very important. When you are approaching someone or you are interacting with someone, you want to be as present as possible. One of the main ways to do that is to have eye contact. Imagine you're speaking to me, or I'm speaking to you right now, but instead of looking at you guys on the camera, I'm talking to you like that. Yeah, you want to have eye contact, and you want to be a really people's, and you want to, it just doesn't feel like I care, or it doesn't feel like I'm present. Whereas if I speak like this, directly looking at you, or it feels like I'm looking at you, I'm looking at a camera, but you get what I mean. I feel like you're there watching and we're having a conversation. Then here, if you can tell that I am present, I am involved, I care. I hope it makes sense. Make sure that your communication is clear. Make sure that you deliver whatever message you're trying to deliver it clearly. This message is for me. I have a horrible way of just talking. I say too much and I don't say anything at all sometimes.
Have you ever had a dream that you
I don't know. I'm working on it. But I communicate clearly. My customers can hear and understand me. Sometimes people can hear you, but they can't understand you. People hear me and understand me, which is important when you're taking people's orders, when you're trying to deal with money, when you're relaying a message or giving a handover. So communication is very important. Another sub-tip within having people skills, I've learned this during the years, is to mirror people's attitudes and behaviors. So if someone is open, turning to you, talking to you, engaging with you, then talk to them. But if someone is turning away from you or closing off, or just seeming uninterested, then do whatever you need to do quickly and let them go. Because clearly they're not interested in having a conversation with you. They either have to, I don't know, get a phone call or work, or they just have no people skills. They're not a people's people. So just go on about your life, but learn how to mirror your customers' behavior. But within that, there are limitations. So if someone is behaving really rudely to you, or doing silly stuff to you, obviously you're not going to repeat that, because you still have to be professional. You are at work. So when I say mirror someone's behavior, I mean the good, or just understanding their behavior. Like if they are engaging with you, engage with them. But if they turn away, know that it's, just stick to business and walk away. If they are being rude, you do not have to mirror their rudeness. All right? That's when your professional hat really needs to be on. So take that mirroring the behavior with a grain of salt. Another tip that I have within the people skills category is to be genuine and honest, and to compliment people. Now, obviously, you do not have to go and tell someone you're beautiful if you do not feel like they're truly beautiful. Although I think everyone's beautiful, it's just our insides make us ugly. But physically, we're all beautiful. But if you don't think someone is nice, or you don't have anything genuine and honest to say, don't say it. But if you do, or try to find something that you like of the person. So, you know, you can compliment a jacket, you can compliment a pair of sneakers, trainers, you can compliment a hat or a phone, an honest compliment. And if you do not have a compliment to say, then you can make a comment. You can make a general comment about the weather, but try not to be predictable. Try to have a more personalized way. If it's raining outside and someone comes in, I say something like, oh, what beautiful weather we're having outside, you know, like sarcasm, like funny banter kind of situation, something that breaks the ice. You want your guest or your customer to be very comfortable. Treat them the way that you would treat a friend or a family member. Well, I hope that you're nice to your friends and family members, but you know how you would treat a friend or a family member, that's how you want to treat customers. And okay, I have so many sub tips because otherwise the list will be ridiculously long, but I have another sub tip for people skills. And this is really important when you're trying to make that money, baby. Okay, so listen up, write this down if you need to. This is called the Sullivan Nod. I had a training once and someone mentioned it. And I was like, oh my God, that makes so much sense. Would you like a steak? Would you like a steak? You see that nod? Make it like really, really subtle. It's a subtle thing. And most of the times, remember that you're looking down on your customer, on your guest, on your family member, your friend who's eating with you at your house. Would you like an espresso after that? Would you like peppercorn sauce with your steak? You see that? You see it, right? I know you see it. You feel it. You feel it. Automatically, you're like, yeah. And smile as well. So nod and smile and eye contact. But even if you can't do eye contact, I know I'm giving you a lot here. I know it's a lot to handle. But just nod and smile, okay? Now, I have a bonus tip because, man, I got so many tips. It's a double bonus. I talk too much, but I'm passionate about this. Anyway, look. When you are dealing with a heterosexual couple, a man and a woman, make sure you direct your attention mostly to the guest of the same sex as you. In my case, because I'm a female, I would direct my attention mostly to the female, to the woman, to the wife, to the girlfriend, to the baby mama, to the baby mama's cousin that don't nobody know is at the restaurant with the dude. Whoever she is, that's who I'm directing most of my attention to. This is not to say that I don't love the fellas, because I love everybody, but it's my job to make the woman that's with you feel comfortable. If she feels by any way intimidated, upset, or any ill feeling towards me, I'm not getting no tips. Okay, and women are the hardest people to tip. I don't know about, I think in America everyone tips equally, because my sister and my sisters and my aunts and my mom in America, like, they just be tipping. But here in the UK, I'm sorry if I failed to mention this is in the UK. Here in the UK, women do not like to tip. Men will tip before women do. So you have to butter up the woman to get her to tip. Otherwise, and if you are dealing with families, make sure that the kids are well cared for. A family goes to eat at a restaurant because, first of all, it's nice having someone else cook your food. Maybe they even cook better than you do, and you just don't want the hassle. But when you go with kids, you have to worry about the kids throwing things all over the place and doing this and doing that. Try to make the family as comfortable as possible. Whenever I see a family come in and they have gadgets, they have tablets, which most people have for their kids, I have it for my kids. I always seat them somewhere where I know they're close to a plug and they can plug in whatever electronics they have on them, because that's what keeps the kids contained. Because kids are wild. And I'm not saying this out of hand, like I have 2 kids. Kids are wild. So you want to keep the kids entertained and you want to make sure the kids are well cared for. If the kids are happy, the mom or maternal figure will be happy. In turn, the paternal figure will be happy. Everybody's happy. Listen, if there's one thing you're going to take away from this video, baby, is this. Happy people tip. Happy people spend money. You want to make sure that your guests are happy. Simple as. Now moving on to element number 4. Okay, this is the main tip. This is not a sub tip. The tip number 4.